Tonight, we are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn bright.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the pilot episode of the We Are Yarn podcast. My name's Amanda, and I'll be your host. This is, not that you want to hear about it, but this is the fourth time I've tried to record this podcast. So, hate to break it to you, if it doesn't happen this time, I may just have to go have a glass of wine instead of podcast because it's just not doing it for me. Anyway, enough with the bad and with the good. Let's talk about what's on my needles. On my needles right now is a lovely cardigan that was gifted to me by a lady in my knitting group. Thank you, Sandy. It's the Watershed. There's that beautiful pattern by Amy Swenson. This is the back of it. And it's just really lovely. It's cropped a little bit, you can see in that picture. I'm going to make it a little longer than that because I have enough yarn. The yarn that I'm using is hidden from me somewhere. Is the Happy Go Lucky HGL worsted in that lovely purple. And that's pretty accurate. Dyed by Julie herself at Happy Go Lucky Yarns. She has a website, happygoluckyyarn.com. This is Deep Plum. And this is what I have so far. I feel like I should have a lot more. That's what I have. This is the band around the bottom, and then you'll be picking up stitches and knitting up. After adding the little teeth to the edge of your band. And that's where I realized I went wrong last time. This is the second time I've started this. The first time I knitted the band for the 41, 2-inch size and added the teeth on the end. Went to pick up my stitches. Thought twice about it. So then I read everybody's suggestions on Ravelry. And you can get a little more detail about this on my blog, Liquid, Liquid Kitties, KITTIES.com. But I had 3 things wrong. I'd picked the wrong size, I had not knit the teeth right, and I had not done the join for the edging teeth. And I said, 3 strikes, you're out. It's time to start over. So that's what I did. And now I have, let me repeat, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm on my 15th repeat of 24. And it's a pretty quick little 8-row lace repeat. It goes pretty quick. And it's fun. Although I'm starting to get a little over it after having done it once already. But that's okay. Oh, this time around I forgot to open up my show notes. Let's see what's next, shall we? I forgot to mention those are on my, because I've mentioned them 3 times already, these are on my Knitter's Pride square needles. My cat is chewing my yarn, not a good thing. You'll get to meet them later. Anyway, Knitter's Pride squares, 4.5mm size 7s. I really love these. These are my favorite needles that I own right now. I don't know why, but they're awesome. They're real slick. They're not real grabby like Mini Woods. They're slick like Knit Picks Harmonies are. And they're nice. Keep the cat from chewing on the yarn. We're going to put it on this side. Alrighty, next up is, so that's what's on my needles. That's the only thing I've been working on lately because I was working on it, ripped it back, and started over again. So my most recent off the needles is a little baby set for a friend who just had her baby shower Saturday. It is Monday the 21st. Her baby shower was Saturday. I had not seamed it, guys. I hate seaming. you heard it here first. I hate it. I literally laid this on the table and looked at it for half an hour before deciding that I could crochet the edges together. There's no excuse for me. But this is my first Elizabeth Zimmerman pattern. This is my baby surprise jacket in opal, 6-ply, in the blues. I'll give you an up close of those adorable buttons. They're not baby buttons so much, but it just really worked real well with this pattern. I'm really sad that they're not making this anymore, because this made a perfect baby surprise jacket. Absolutely perfect. I knitted it on 3s. It was really easy. It was a lot easier to knit than I was expecting, guys. If you haven't made one of these, do so, because it was totally worth it. Just to show you a little bit of my detailing, I did add a "From the Knitting Needles of" tag down here in the bottom so that the baby's little neck wouldn't get all scratchy. And this is my crochet join here. Turn it around so you can see it. Amanda hates seaming. There it is. And with the yarn I had left over, made baby booties. These are my first baby booties, and they're flippin' adorable. I'm sorry, that's all they are, is flippin' adorable. These are the Stay On booties by Knit Girl's Mother. I will link to it in the show notes, or put a cool little bar down here at the bottom, because I can do that. They were a very interesting knit, very interesting construction, and I did actually have to seam it, but that wasn't as much seaming as the baby surprise jacket, which is practically no seaming. I don't know what my problem is. But this is my Off the Needles. Now I wanted to show you another one of my most recent Off the Needles, because I need help. This was in the spring issue of Vogue Knitting. I usually hate Vogue Knitting. I opened this up and I loved every single pattern in it. It's amazing this time around. This is my Maggie's Linen lace tank. It was number 19 in that issue. My straps are stretching and growing, and there's nothing that I can figure out to do about it. And I need some help. Do I need to go back? I'm going to wash it again before I do this. Do I need to go back and block them out water so they're all smaller and crochet around the edges? Is that going to be my best option? I don't know. Help me, people. I need help, because I love this. I've worn it 3 times, and every time I get lots of compliments. It's just real easy to wear. I put just like a rib tank under it. It's great. But these things are stretching, and they were pretty short to start with. I thought they were going to be too short. So I don't know. Help. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to what's on my wheels. I have 2 wheels. I have a Majacraft Pioneer and a Majacraft Little Gem. I stuck with the Majacraft brand so that everything can be interchangeable, because I lose things. Yeah. So the first thing I have going, I have been working, I had the idea and have not stuck to it, we should say that, to do a first in, first out project, so that everything that I spun or knitted was from my oldest stash, which is how the baby surprise jacket came around. I have had that in my stash since 2008. So, what's on my wheel? I'm sorry, my phone is ringing and it's very distracting. Okay. This is what's on my Little Gem. No, it's not. This is what's on my Pioneer. This is Nitty in Color, her beautiful bat. Get you up close there so you can see all that gorgeous sparkle. This is the colorway Changeling. It has browns, greens, and purples. This is a mix of Falkland, Mill Ends, and Firestar, and it's beautiful. She does such gorgeous bats. I bought this in 2010, and I did not really want to undo it because it was so gorgeous. I let it sit and I just looked at it, and it was beautiful. And then when I finally did untie the ribbon, I just wanted to hang it on the wall as a bat because it was beautiful. But I have divided it into 2 bits. There were 4.6 ounces, so I have 2 bits of 2.3. And this is about half of the first bit. So what I have done is I had a case of the Panics. That is just not doing good. I'm going to have to work on the lighting situation, aren't I? I thought I'd done well. But after I started spinning, after I got to this point, the reason I haven't gone past this point is because I want this to stay a single. So I was like, I need to not spin anymore until I really decide what I want to do going forward here. So I put this on my little gem. I got this camp kit. This is by Alpaca and You. I'll show you her little card. This is a 4.2 ounce Falkland Gradient. This is her card. I'll put her little address across the bottom here. Bing. I hope I actually get that in right there. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the wheel, on my bobbin. It goes from this orange into a coral pink, from that coral pink into that red, and it's going to be really nice. But then I had the same problem with this. Do I want to end ply it? Or do I want to leave it as a single? So I did a little research before I sat down to record today. The Intentional Spinner didn't help me a whole lot, so I pulled out this book, Spin Control by Amy King. She talks about energized singles, which is what I would have because I was spinning this with the thought that I would be plying. So she says that's what I'm going to come out with. And I don't want it to do that. That's just wonky. And I really like to knit lace. So these are probably going to be lace projects if they become anything other than yarn in the skein. So I don't know, guys. This is another one of those I don't know moments. She does talk here about thin, low twist singles for lace, but I'm afraid that I'm going to have too little fiber in there to hold a low twist together. I don't know, I haven't even looked at my staple on this. Let's learn together. So my staple length on this is that. And that's pretty long, isn't it? Wouldn't you say that's long? I don't know. Pretty long. So maybe on these reds it will hold together okay. So I don't know if I need to just leave it as it is or go back and put it back on the wheel and take a little bit of twist out of it. I don't know. Help, guys. Help me. But anyway, so the green again was Knitting in Color, and the red was Alpaca and You. Let's talk about something that I am sure of. I joined my second yarn club this fall, and she's awesome. She is Stephanie, I believe her name's Stephanie, of the Space Cadet Creations. And her yarn, ever since I discovered her 2 years ago, because I won a prize in the Tour de Fleece, and I chose her as my prize, and the fiber she sent me was fantastic. I immediately had to buy yarn, and the yarn was fantastic. And everything and then I ended up running low on that yarn for the project, and she worked with me to try to make yarn that would work for my project, and she's just been incredible. I will sing her praises all day and night, so I'm just going to move on. She sends a cute little pack with her yarn club with little things for you to keep up with what you do with your projects, with your yarns. You get a cute little button. You get a coupon. And you get discussions about a yarn club. Excuse me, guys. I think I must need a nap. I'm yawning. She also sends you the Space Cadet log that tells you about about her inspiration for this color, for the colorway you get. Look at it. This is adorable. It's a tattoo. I mean, really. It's adorable. But here's the yarn. I mean, look at that. She said she was going out on a limb and trying something that was a little more subdued than usual. And I love it. Yellows are not usually my thing. But this yellow looks like it's probably going to work for me. I don't have anything like this in my stash. Everything I have is very bright and vibrant. This is 365 yards. There it is. That's what it looks like. 365 yards and 100 grams. So it's a heavy fingering. Colorway called Refresh. And it's lovely. Some little kind of orangey pinks and the yellow and the green, and it's just so nice. And also as a goodie, she sends you a little goodie each month. Melissa Jean, who makes handmade glazed fired buttons, sent, pardon the crinkle, those adorable buttons. Look at that cuteness. Just precious. They are going to be super fun on a project. Which one, I don't know, but they're going to be cute. So those are my acquisitions. I thought I'd give you a quick run by of what I got at Camp Kip, since I did talk about the Happy Go Lucky yarn that I got at Camp Kip. And I mean, this is going to be fast. You ready? Happy Go Lucky on her sparkly color base, Leprechaun. The green washes out, but it's much more vivid than you see there. I was in a green place. Mama Zuma. This is much more of an emerald than you're seeing. Some more Happy Go Lucky. This is glittery, called Imperial. To go with it, it's hiding. Everything's hiding from me. Her Star Trek inspired. I love it. Bjorn Wormhole. Nerdery at its finest. Daisy Knits makes some gorgeous soft fluffy yarn. Love you, Daisy Knits. Jennifer there's awesome. She also does fiber. Usually don't go for oranges and yellows, but I just loved that. Not obtained at Camp Kip, but I'm going to apply it with this. Isn't that going to be awesome? Awesome. And then we got some No Makers. No Makers. I was kind of disappointed that this was not a gradient. I started taking it apart and it is not braided to be a gradient, so I'm going to have to pull it apart if I want to do that. And I do, so I will. Yeah, so let's talk about my big project coming up. I've decided to take part in this Knit More Girls Spackle, the Spin Along Knit Along. And what you are about to see is 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds of Shetland Moret. And I pulled off a little bit of it earlier so you could see it. It's beautifully prepared. It's a beautiful shade, and I can't wait to spin this. The only thing is I'm looking at this bag and panicking because that is a holy crap ton of yarn. Holy crap ton of fiber. I'm pretty certain I can do it in the time allotted if I get on it, which is another one of those reasons why I'm thinking about leaving those others as singles. But let's talk about patterns. The pattern that the Knitmore girls have chosen is lovely. It's the Eden. This is the Eden. I don't know who it's by. I'll link it. But it's pretty. I would rather, though, have something that closed in the front. So I've been looking at this one. This one was in my queue from a long time ago, Dark and Stormy. It's a shawl collar, got some buttons down the front. It looks real cozy. Also considering Augusta. That's out of New England Knits. I love the New England Knits book. I haven't knit anything out of it yet, but every single pattern in there I adore. Also up for consideration, Livingstone cardigan. It's another shawl collar design. It's a different type of cables. And all those I think would be beautiful in the Moret, so I just don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I got to spin it all before I get to doing a pattern. So, I guess I need to do that first. I forgot to tell you what's in my cup. The first 3 times I recorded this, I told you what was in my cup, but it's almost empty now. I am a Mio addict now. So what I'm drinking right now is water, flavor enhanced with Mio Mango Peach, and it is delicious. If you haven't tried it, do. It'll make you drink your water. And I guess that's all I have. It's been a little crazy. I haven't been recording as long as I had the last 3 times. So I guess I can tell you a little bit about me. I am podcasting from the gorgeous East Tennessee, just past the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. This is a beautiful place to live. Horrible if you have allergies, but beautiful with the mountains and the valley, and Knoxville's just right there, right up the road that direction. So you get small town feel, but with, you know, the amenities of the big town if you need it. So it's a great place to live. I am blessed with 4 local yarn shops if you count Nancy up in Gatlinburg. She's not, takes me an hour to get to her, but that's okay. She's worth the drive. She's where I bought my Pioneer and a lot of my fiber. And yeah, that's it about, well, that's about where I am. This is hopefully going to be the only time you hear this out of me. I am a pharmacist. That's what I do for my job. That's what I do to make money, to support my yarn habit. Please do not write me asking me what to do about XYZ. Please don't write me asking me what to do about your stuffy nose, because yarn is what I do to get away from work. And maybe eventually it'll all meld together here on the podcast, but I really hope not. I have 3 cats. If you've heard any commotion in the background, they've been chasing each other up and down the hallway. I don't think you can hear them, but oh my goodness, they get loud. The first 2 times I recorded this, one of them was sitting over here watching out the window. I kind of wish she was still doing that so you could meet her, but oh well. I'm sure next time. I do intend to be recording every other week on a Thursday. I started trying to record this last Thursday, still working on getting it to record right. So next time you'll see me, hopefully, if all this works out right, will be in a week and a half, May the 31st. And happy knitting till then. Sweet dreams, 26.